are at the Cathedral of the Ozarks on the JBU campus in Siloam Springs.
Yes.
Where we're at? Yeah. In Siloam Springs. We are just about to participate in the Candlelight service here. It's beautiful. We're so excited. And I am so excited to be here with Kelly, that we are becoming friends. Yes. All thanks to BookTube. So I would encourage you, go and find your BookTube friends that live close to you and do something fun together.
Yes.
All right, see you, Olde. Bye. Oh, we should get Abby in it too. Oh, P.S. Okay, bye. This is the truth sent from above, the truth of God, the God of love. Therefore, don't turn me from your door, but hearken all, both rich and poor. The first thing which I do relate, that God at first did man create. The next thing which to you I tell, woman was made with him to dwell. Then after this, 'twas God's own choice to place them both in paradise, there to remain from evil free, except they ate of such a tree. But they did eat, which was a sin, and thus their ruin did begin. Ruin themselves, both you and me, and all of their posterity. Thus we were heirs to endless woes, till God the Lord did interpose, for so a promise soon did run, that he'd redeem us with a son. And at this season of the year, our blessed Redeemer did appear. He here did live, and here did preach, and many thousands he did teach. Those are the lyrics to a song that the JBU choir sang tonight. It's called This Is the Truth, and it was composed, written, put together by Bob Chilcott. And I will put a link in the description box so you guys can listen to it. A version, I think it's a London choir. Let me look. West London Chorus. On Christmas night. This is the truth. Tonight was really great. So as you saw, I went to a beautiful performance at the JBU campus, John Brown University here in Northwest Arkansas, and I went with Bookish Kelley. Kelly and I have become friends in person, which I'm so thankful. I'll talk about that in a little bit in a minute. And we took our daughters and met up with some other friends, and we all went to this concert to watch some friends perform and just enjoy the beautiful service. Apparently, it has been a tradition here in Northwest Arkansas for like 83 years or something. I don't know, a really long time, to have this candlelight service at Christmas time. And it's free to the public. You just kind of have to get in line and hope you get a seat. It was just a beautiful time. There was times for the audience to sing, and then times just for the choirs. There were instrumentals. We have good friends that were on the violin and cello, and that was so wonderful to see them play. And I don't know, just the whole thing, it was just so special. And that particular song that I just read to you, it sounded so much like music that I've heard when I was in England. It just really touched me. And as I was sitting there listening to that, I was like, you know what? This is so important. Like, this is what it's about, right? Not necessarily what Christmas is about, but just like being a believer. This is what it's about. And I was thinking about, that song is called This Is the Truth. In fact, I was enjoying this song. I was listening to that song, and it was just really touching me. I didn't know what it was called. And so when it was all done, I asked my daughter, because she was following along in the program, and I was like, what was that one? She's all, it's called This Is the Truth. And I'm like, that just was like, yes. That was just like a gut punch. Like, of course it was called that. And it just made me think about how wonderful it is that the church has kept alive the message that our Messiah came. He kept his promise that everything that they were looking for, right? Everything that was prophesied regarding Messiah, it was true. It was real. He really did come. He really did come just like he said he would. The fact that Christians have kept that message going all of this time, through all ages, through all parts of the world, through everything that this world has gone through. Like, I don't know, just sometimes I think about that and I'm like, that is so amazing that we have kept that message alive all this time and made sure that our children and our grandchildren knew, made sure that the people around us knew that there is a God who loves us and sent his son to save us. And just how fantastic. When I'm in England, I always make sure and catch at least one church service. And usually I go to Bath Abbey. It's a, Church of England. I don't think I went to a service at Bath Abbey this last time, but I did go to Winchester Cathedral's Sunday morning service for the first time. And just watching how, different cultures, different parts of the world do their church service, their worship. And I think it was the spring of 2024 when Sela and I went, and we did go to a service at Bath Abbey, and there was a guy there from a country in Africa that I had never heard of. I think it was just like a little tiny part of Africa. And he was there and he was talking about like Bible translation and talking all about what, his people did and where he was from and how they worshiped and what their church service was like. And it was kind of like a thing within a thing, right? Like, here I am at this, Church of England service, which is different from anything that I have experienced here in the US. So I'm getting that, neat bit of culture, church culture. And then on top of that, they are getting this, neat culture from this guy. So that's like one layer, right? And then I'm getting like two layers because I'm getting their awesome culture and then I'm getting his awesome culture. And just the whole thing, I was just like, this is crazy. Like, we are a part of such a massive, amazing big picture. And so just like tonight, all those people just singing truth into the air. Like, of course that song was called This Is the Truth. And just singing that truth into the air, keeping that message alive. Whether it's a Christmas concert, it's just a regular church service, it's billboards downtown, it's passing out Bibles, it's our character and how we present ourselves to the world and make them ask questions. There's so many ways that his message, the message of the gospel, the true words are getting out there, and they just keep perpetuating every generation. They just keep going in new creative ways and great old ways that still work. And I don't know, like that whole concept, like it's just one of those things that every now and then it catches me in such a just sort of a way, right? It's like, it just catches me in such a, I don't know the right word, violent, not really, just one of those ways that's just kind of like, wow, that is amazing. And every act of ministry that I do and every act of encouragement I do in his name is just keeping that message going. I'm just so thankful. And the other thing I was really thankful is that I was there with my friends. And I'm just thankful to have met Kelli and the other ladies that I have met just in these last few weeks. So I want to kind of share this with you guys. I hadn't really shared much about this part of my life with you guys, but I have been looking for just a friend group, like a godly, encouraging friend group. I have been looking for about a year. I've kind of purposefully, not necessarily isolated, but just sort of took a step back from a lot of socialization for the last year. The Father walked me through a lot of stuff in the last few years. Just, good things that have taught me about him, and just ways that I understand him and understand his word and understand his ways and understand myself and all these things, right? He's just walked me through in these last few years. And this last year, I really felt the need to pull back a little bit on getting too involved in things, getting too many voices influencing me, right? Getting too many opportunities to influence, and just kind of step back a little bit and listen and wait and heal from some things, and I don't know, just take a break, right? From not necessarily take a break from society, but just kind of pull back a little. Anyway, like a few months ago, I was just feeling like, okay, like that time is done now, and it's time to get back into normalcy a little, right? And so I had been praying for a group of godly friends that would just be positive. You know, I just wanted to find a group of friends where we had our love for Yeshua, Jesus, in common, where we had, you know, our love for his word in common, and we just really wanted to hang out together in positivity, right? And happy friendship, but there's not a lot of drama and there's not a lot of crazy, and it's just, we love Jesus, we love each other, hey, let's get together and talk about how great he is, right? Like, I just like, God, can you find me a group like that? Or, you know, can you find me some friends like that? And then Kelly, she was talking about her Bible study in one of the videos that she posted a while back, like her local like Bible study, right? And so I had commented something like, you know, that's so great that you guys have this, you know, you have this group of friends that you're connecting with or whatever. And I've been praying about that as well. And anyway, she ended up inviting me to come to her Bible study. And so her and I live, you know, in the same area. We're both in Northwest Arkansas. And so I made the trip over to where she is and started attending the Bible study. And crazy enough, I reconnected with a friend there that I hadn't seen in several years. But our families have been really close over the years. Two of our daughters just best friends. They have been since they were little girls, and I hadn't seen my friend for so long. And so just to have her there, and then my new friend Kelly, I was like, God, you are so good. Like, you didn't give me a whole bunch of new friends. You gave me a couple new friends, and you helped me to reconnect with an old friend, and that just blessed me. And so my daughter Avalon and I have been going for a few weeks now over to where they're at, and just enjoying that Bible study and that fellowship together. And so I'm just so happy about that. But tonight, you know, we decided to all, you know, make the trip over to that concert instead. And it was so nice. It was just really a blessing. And I was just kind of thinking tonight while we were sitting there, I was just thinking, like, I'm so grateful that, like, this is how this friendship is starting out, right? Like, I'm so thankful to have friends that the basis is Messiah. Like, what we have in common is Messiah, and then the friendship grows from there, right? Because when that's the case, like, we can be diverse in our understanding. We can be diverse in our spiritual maturity. We can be diverse in, you know, our worship practices, or, you know, where we go to church, how we do whatever. Like, we can be diverse in that stuff if our Messiah is the same, and if our desire to worship him is the same, and we're both, you know, trying to live our lives based on his word, and that is the same. Like, that covers so many other things. That covers all those little things like, hey, I understand this verse differently than you. You know, like, why fight about that? Why would we even? Because there, you know, because we have our Messiah in common. We have our Savior in common. Why would we even need to bicker over little things of, like, understanding, right? I don't know. It just, gosh, it's, I'm just sitting here feeling super thankful. In my last video, I titled Thankful, so I can't title this one Thankful also, but what am I going to title it? Because that's just how I feel. Like, this season has just opened up so much gratitude in me. And I was saying in the last video, you know, that is the best way, I think, to combat negativity, sadness, depression, whatever you're dealing with that's just making you feel bummed. Like, when you start counting your blessings, when you start looking at the things that make you grateful, it really turns things around. And tonight I am just full, overflowing with thankfulness, you know, to God, to my Savior, to my friends, to my family and my daughter. And I just like, I'm a happy girl. So anyway, just want to share that with you guys. It encourages me, and I hope it encourages you just to think that there are people all over the world in all kinds of ways continuing to share his truth, speaking his truth out, singing his truth out, just like they did tonight at the Cathedral of the Ozarks. That is happening all over. Like, his message is alive. Getting a hold of that truth, right? It's the one thing that we can hold on to. It's a one stable, solid thing that is never ever going to change. And I'm just so thankful that through all these eras of history, the church has kept that message alive. What a fantastic mission, right? And I think we're doing pretty good at keeping up with it. All right, guys, I hope that this blessed you and encouraged you. Happy Bookmas. What day are we on? 12? Yes, happy Bookmas day 12. Have a great day, friends. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.